It's news time. Information is power. Be correct. The news headline: How violent attacks by ESN IPOB armed the Southeast grows in the year 2021. In the first quarter of the year 2021, the southeastern region of the country has recorded intense and wanton attacks by unknown gunmen, violent agitators, and members of the proscribed organization known as Eastern Security Network, ESN IPOB. This series of attacks have negatively impacted the economic performance, growth, and developmental potentials of the entire region. For instance, the illegal sit-at-home order imposed by the proscribed group has forced people to remain at home for several days while businesses were closed. Vehicles conveying goods were set ablaze by hoodlums for violating illegally imposed order. The violence has incurred huge financial losses to local businesses and trade bodies, which directly affected the revenue generation and infrastructural development of the Southeast. The menace of the proscribed organization would have crippled economic strength of the region if not for the timely intervention of the federal government. A special tactical command was deployed to tackle this menace, where notorious commanders of the proscribed group were apprehended or neutralized by the security forces. The Special Tactical Command was able to return normalcy and a sense of security in the Southeast. The region plays an important role in sustaining the entire country's economy. It is a strategic region that contributes immensely to national growth and development as a result of huge revenue being generated from manufacturing industries, import or export operations. Regrettably, these economic activities were affected by the incessant attacks on security formations and government facilities. Without lasting security, there will be any direct foreign investment, and business prospects will diminish, and people will be a constant state of fear. The year 2021 has been a tough one for people, but all have come to pass. Stability is gradually returning to the region, and the presence of additional security agents has boosted people's confidence and support for the security forces.
The Buhari-led administration keeps making records in the arming of the Nigerian military, and coming just a few months after it supplied quite a number of mine-resistant ambush-protected MRAP vehicles to the Nigerian army. The Buhari-led administration has recently made another history by supplying another set of CS-VP3 Bigfoot MRAP multipurpose armored vehicles to them so as to enhance their conquest of insurgents and other violent criminal groups. The new military hardware were supplied on the 19th of November 2021 and have since been inducted into the Nigerian Army Ordnance, after which they were deployed for combat operations against insurgents in the northeast as well as against bandits in the other parts of the country. With these continuous military supplies by Buhari administration, it has become essential to point out that the administration has made Nigerian history about being the best in equipping and arming the country's soldiers, which is an essential element in motivating the troops to serve the nation with all their hearts. The new artillery guns for Nigerian army to equip and re-energize the military establishment for optimum performance in securing the territorial integrity of the country. President Muhammadu Buhari administration has brought a new set of artillery guns for the Nigerian army, and the new artillery guns were inducted into the armory of the Nigerian army on the 19th of December 2020 at the headquarters of the Nigerian Army School of Artillery, NASA, in Kakia, Kaduna State, after which they were deployed against insurgents and other violent groups in the part of the country. Overall, it is a very patriotic step taken by the Buhari administration in equipping and modernizing the Nigerian military establishment that has suffered long neglect from the previous administration. Out-of-school children figure is witnessing a massive rise of orphans everywhere. We can't travel in peace. The economy is crumbling. People are burnt while traveling. The protesters marched from Audu Bako Secretariat to the Kano government house, where security operatives received the group of protesters, listened to them and promised to take the matter further to the appropriate quarters. Meanwhile, following the recent spike in terror attacks in Sokoto and Katsina states, President Muhammadu Buhari has dispatched a high-level delegation made up of heads of national intelligence and security services to the two states. According to a statement by the President's Senior Special Assistant on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, on Friday, Buhari expects the delegation to present an immediate situation report and recommendations on actions to follow to effectively deal with the worrying situation. And also, the Defunct Social Democratic Party, SDP, Professor Yowuse Aga has urged separatist agitators to go about the agitations in a civilized manner to avoid bloodshed. In an interview with Vincent Kalu, the Professor Agia, a former senator who has served twice as minister and twice as ambassador, said that the 3 zones that have produced presidents should wait for the other 3 zones to have president. After that, he noted that the president should be chosen purely through popular contest, devoid of zoning. Many Nigerians have tried to go back in history to situate Nigerians' problems in the amalgamation of 1914. They say that Nigerians' amalgamation into one country should never be taking place because of our differences. These groups insist that the amalgamation's expiration date is over and is now the time for the dissolution of the Federation. But I say these people are wrong. There is no manual for the formation of nations. Wars, accidents, imperialism, necessity, agreement, arbitrations, and consensus have all given birth to countries. Our nation was born from imperialism and became a British colony after the Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885. But we shook off the shackles of colonialism and emerged as an independent nation. The whole world still understanding that Nigeria would be a great nation and would wipe away the tears of all black people of the world by building a great democracy and a republic where justice and honor, peace and progress will be showcased. The reasons for the failure to attain greatness are that we have poor leaders and poor followers who have not been able to make nation building their number one priority. Our leaders have continued to wallow in ethnic racism and corruption. Ironically, it was based on Pan-African unity and nationalism, and our founding fathers got independence. But soon after independence, we have systematically destroyed every fabric of nation building through corruption and ethnic racism. The last 6 years have been the very worst in throwing up Nigeria's fault lines. The parties have failed to give leadership and they lack ideological commitment, purpose, or clarity. The weak institutions of states have been unable to defend democracy, and the Nigerian people have yet not resolved on national greatness. When we decide, nobody can stop us, the professor says. The professor also noted that the Nigerian elite must come together and overcome their apathy and decide to make Nigeria great through comprehensive restructuring of the federation, saying that we need more efficient and leaner federal, civil and public service, and that we need the states to be stronger and the federal government to divest itself